this is big money. People might not know. Like, you're not putting up Christmas lights for a case of beer and $200 cash. Our minimum is $495. Our average job size for holiday lights is anywhere around $1,000.
Welcome to Masters of Home Service, a podcast by Jobber. Each week we talk to successful home service entrepreneurs and experts in their field to learn how they built their company so we can make your business more profitable and more efficient. We're in Las Vegas at Blue Wire Studios, and today we are talking about Christmas lights.
Yep.
And I'm super excited about this. David, you're with us. So you own Revive Services up in Canada.
Yep.
And which is a seasonal company, but here's the catch. It's not seasonal anymore.
You got it. We bolted on Christmas lights in 2019, and we haven't looked back since. So I'm excited to kind of deep dive our methodology kind of in deciding to launch that service.
I like this. Well, I've only hung one house.
Okay.
And so I am very interested in learning more about this. A lot of our listeners have seasonal businesses. They shut down in the winter. Maybe they plow snow. They just shut down. And what you're saying is they don't have to shut down.
They don't have to shut down, no. We launched our holiday light division as really an extension to our existing brand. We had hundreds of clients that we did their window washing, gutter cleaning, roof cleaning for. And we literally announced to them back in 2019, hey, we have this new service, holiday light installation. I studied the business for a number of months prior to actually launching it. And then we just went full force into it. Humble start. First year, we did 31 Christmas light installs, helped keep our team busy and prove to my mindset as a business owner, the winter doesn't have to be a dead month. The winter can actually be like a very profitable time.
Well, let's talk about that. So from what I understand, sometimes it can even be better than what you normally do. So how much money can you make? Let's just get into it. How much money can you make doing Christmas lights? Do people pay big bucks for this stuff?
They do, yeah. So I think growing up, some of us, depending on your age, you'll have this paradigm of holiday lights. Like for me, it was like I'm up on a ladder. Me and my dad were like up on the roof, and you're twisting in like lights from Home Depot, and they're the incandescent lights. They get really hot when they're on. They're glass. You're like cracking half of them. You just want to like go inside and have hot chocolate, right?
Right.
It's not that. It's actually like premium holiday lighting. And what we have found is people think, oh, you cross-sell your wash clients and they all go for Christmas lights. No, you're actually, I'd say if we had 10 of our washing clients, only the top 20 to 30% are actually our ideal target avatars to get into the holiday lighting. Because this is big money. People might not know. Like, you're not putting up Christmas lights for a case of beer and $200 cash. Our minimum is $495. Our average job size for holiday lights is anywhere around $1,000. And we do holiday light installs for residential. That can be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 is not uncommon.
Yeah. Okay, so I was having lunch with my buddy Donovan Questenberry. He's in Christmas Light Contractors. We'll come back to him. He said the exact same thing that you just said. He said, you are not going to have much success cross-selling to your existing client base because it is such a higher ticket item. Just that top tier, he said, most of the time, you're getting just brand new clients.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Alex Hormozi talks about this, right? You go up market with your channel, or you can go down market. We've actually found our Christmas light clients an easier sell for them into our washing side of the business versus the washing necessarily all going up to holiday lights. But again, if you're listening to this and you say have a grass cutting company, you do 150 grand a year, you lay the techs off in the winter, starting with a humble start and doing 10, 20, 30 houses, just getting your feet wet in this industry is excellent, because those of you who know me, I'm also a business coach and I'm a nerd for our numbers, right? So I want my washing side of my business running at 20% net profit. My lighting division runs at closer to 40% net profit. So the profitability per job is twice what it is from washing to holiday lights. And again, we'll get into it, but you got to build your business model properly, because with Christmas lights, there's as many don'ts as there are do's.
What are some of those?
Okay, number one, cardinal sin. Let's go start a Christmas light business. We're going to go into Home Depot, Lowe's. I'm in Canada, Canadian Tire. They all stock this brand called Noma. It's like this kind of cheap Christmas lights, right? You'll go in and you'll buy, 400 cases and a few timers, and you keep your receipt because you're like, if these don't work, I can return them. And like, don't do that. That's the biggest thing. I'd say that's number one. You want to use commercial grade LED lights. The supplier we use is they're called Minleon lights. That is the brand. There's a whole bunch of suppliers through Canada, through the US. They're a lot more expensive than the Noma lights, because here you need your socket wire, you need your electrical wire, you need your clips, you need your bulbs, you need timers, you need male, female ends. Like, this sounds really daunting, but it's actually not a super complicated business. Another big mistake, and this catches myself and our team every year, you get the little old granny calling, can you put up my Christmas lights? My son doesn't do it anymore. He moved out of state. Don't do that.
Don't put up her lights.
Don't ever, 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 ever install client-owned Christmas lights. It turns into a gong show. It creates operational complexity for your company. So you want to have a supplier, and you want to be coming with all the materials. And I'll give the third mistake. Learn from my mistakes, everybody. We did a sale model originally in the first year in 2019. So Adam, you're the homeowner. I knock on your door. I sell you your lights, and guess what? You get to keep them, Adam. Just make sure you put them out on the front porch every November, because I got the boys coming in. It was a huge mess. And we pivoted in 2020 to an all-out leasing model, where our company now stores the lights. We're full service. We guarantee everything's all-inclusive in the estimate. Client does not have to worry about leaving the tote on the front porch. So it is like A to Z guarantee, white glove service, and we charge for it.
So you show up in November, December, whenever maybe even October, I'm not sure, and then you put them up. And if it's first time client, you cut them. I mean, these are the kind of lights that you cut, literally, and then you couple them. So then when you pull them out, so then you take them down after Christmas time, and you store them. And then when the time comes to put them back up, it's much quicker.
Much quicker. If they're labeled well, we store them in a heated facility locally, security cameras, gate, coded, everything. So we now have a number of them across our city that house our Christmas lights. And a little red hot tip, if you start getting into holding Christmas stock, 80 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand as we're growing, talk to your insurer, because you want to make sure you've got insurance on those lights if there is a theft, because there's big money in Christmas light install. There's also big money in just holding them. Exactly. Holding physical products. So that is what you want to do. And to your point on capacity planning, we actually this year put up our first holiday lights the week of September the 20th. So this is a capacity planning game. You want to keep November and December open for all new clients, but we call them re-ups, clients that come back every year. We have a bit of a discount model we run to say, hey client, we've been coming the last 3 years. We're going to keep moving up our schedule. We're going to put your lights up. You don't have to turn them on, but if you want to save some money, so we'll put up so many jobs before November, people even think Christmas lights. So we kind of get ahead of it that way.
I like that. How many jobs can you do a day? I mean, you said about average is about $1,000.
Yep. So our washing side of our business, we want about $1,800 to $2,000 a day per crew. If it's a new install for holiday lights, it's not uncommon to have a $3,000 to $4,000 day with 2 people on site. Again, your initial install, a little bit higher on cost, because that client is kind of absorbing the cost of the first year lights that you've had to put out for. But the beautiful thing, man, this is a recurring business model. So once those lights are paid, cut, stored, you've got a client that's just recurring year over year over year. And that's where, if you label properly, it becomes a beautiful business that you can tell the client, we'll give you a discount and we'll come back for the next year.
I know something our buddy Donovan does is when he's taking the lights down, he gets them to sign up then for the next year.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And so that's a great idea. So you're talking $3,000 to $4,000 a day with a 2-man crew. That's really solid.
That would be for new install. If we're going back for re-up, we don't have a product cost because the lights are already paid for. So if we're going back for re-up, I would say $2,000 to $2,500 per day. That's a 2-person crew, and we get kind of shorter days in Canada actually when the time changes. So we're talking 14 labor hours, a 2-person crew on site for a 7-hour day. We can do $2,000 to $2,500, and more like $3,000 to $4,000 for a new install. So the money is fantastic. And I'll be honest with the listeners, I actually wanted to start Christmas light business for 3 years, and I said, I'm not going to do it this year. I'm not going to do it. And I kept going to Asia and going backpacking. And finally, in 2019, I said, I'm done hiring seasonal students. You know, we're hitting about 600,000 in revenue. This is like a real big boy business. We need to grow up a bit. And I want to start hiring year-round people. And I'm going to figure out how to make October, November, December extremely busy. In January, we're going to be busy with our takedowns. And then all I'm left with for a slow season now is really February. So it kind of changes the business model overnight. And it's taken a few years to grow up to this, but where we're at now, our whole team's celebrating by time Q4 rolls around. Cause like
They're excited.
Yeah, everyone's going to make great money. You have an affluent client that doesn't need Christmas lights, but they're going to pay $1,000 anyways. Cause $1,000 to them is like
Not very much.
going through the drive-thru at McDonald's.
Right.
And everyone's in a cheery mood because it's an elective service. It's like you take your car into the mechanic, you have to spend $1,000 for whatever. Gutter cleaning, you kind of have to do it. Lights, it's elective. People are in a good mood. The tips are flying. Our crew even puts on Santa hats, rolls up with Christmas music. Like it's just a great time of year.
Okay, how do you get leads?
Yeah, leads. So the first year, 31 jobs. We did not do lawn signs. All we did was a MailChimp email blast to our clients, and we had a VA calling saying, hey, we're launching Christmas lights. That's how we got 31 jobs. Fast forward 3 years, we now do holiday lights, Christmas light signs. We'll put them around town. We will be actively calling all of our clients, letting them know as our client base has grown. And we're pretty much set to send out another email campaign pretty quickly.
Okay, I want to drill down a little bit there. You use a VA to call your clients.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we have a local office manager who's amazing, and she runs our schedule, and she really makes sure that the schedule's running good and the clients are happy, and that, you know, works with our production manager to make sure the jobs are going good. But a lot of office tasks are very entry level and just recur. And so I've actually built out a solid team now of VAs based in the Philippines, great English speaking. We buy them a local number here in Canada, and we will have them reach out to our clients and drive us leads. And honestly, man, this is something we've even launched at Home Service Business Coach, where our VAs will call our clients and generate business. So I think in a day and age where lead costs are going up, I've actually looked overseas and said, hey, how can I have some entry-level tasks get done?
Yeah, there's an opportunity here. You seized it. Let's take a quick minute to talk about Jobber and how much we love Jobber, David. David, what's so great about Jobber?
Man, it is the most simple CRM I've used. It was the 4th CRM that I tried, and I love it how simple it is. One thing, though, where it really benefits with our Christmas lights division is the optional line items. So we can actually do an estimate and say, here's what your front of your house looks like with Christmas lights. And sometimes we'll get houses, say, on a corner that they'll also be interested. What does the left side of the house look like? We can draw it up as well and say, hey, it will be X amount to do the additional side as well. So you end up having your clients select a higher package a lot of times. So clients love options, and we found that optional line item is just a beautiful plugin with Jobber.
Yeah, optional line items are kind of like when you go in and buy a car. You only want to spend this much. And what happens? You always spend more than what you plan on, because then you see what else you can get. And Christmas lights is no different. You go in basic house outline, but you could do a wreath, you could do this, and then suddenly they're like, yeah, that's what I want. And so Jobber allows you to do that.
100%.
If you want to use Jobber for Christmas lights or for any part of your business, go to jobber.com/podcast deal, get an exclusive discount, and start using Jobber today. So training, how can people even learn how to do this stuff?
Yeah, so there's a number of in-person training events like we were talking about. I know our buddy Donovan does it. There's, Clippa training. There's We Hang Christmas Lights. There's a whole bunch of technical trainings you could look at. I would say you could, even if you wanted to watch your dollars, you could go and fly up to someone who has a Christmas light business. That's what I did. I jumped on a roof with my buddy who had a small Christmas light business. It was pouring rain, and I hung out with him all day. We did 3 jobs, put up the lights, taught me everything about the business model, and I was off to the races. So I would say for due diligence, go find a professional organization that does the technical training. I don't think that's where people will get stuck. It's more in the business model and like, how do you run a lease model? How do you discount your clients? What colors do I stock? Like all these questions I think are more pertinent to the business than like, how do I actually, plug in a Christmas light wire? It's not super difficult.
Yeah. What did you come across when you were first starting out that was difficult? Also, how much do you charge per foot? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's get in nitty gritty.
Yeah.
So it's going to range anywhere in the country, across state to state, 100%. But I would say anywhere from $7 to $10 a foot is kind of your sweet spot for like lease rate. Now,
white and color, same price?
Yeah, same price.
Okay.
And so, you want, let's talk colors quickly. You want to stock warm whites, cool whites, blue, red, and green. Those are your big ones. Now, if you want to go crazy with turquoise, purple, again, We filmed enough episodes in the studio. You guys know I'm very simple. So we only stock those 5. We're not going crazy. And so our lease model works for us. We go retail first year, $8 a foot. Everything all in. Minimum we'll do is like 60, 65 linear feet on the front of a house. So if you pull up a residential home on Google Street View, ballpark, you're going to be 100 to 150 linear feet. So most of our jobs for our business, first year, 800 to 1,200 bucks, very normal. And this is everyone, I'm talking residential Christmas light model.
Homes.
There's so much money in commercial, but again, for purpose of simplicity, I built my business model largely around residential. So that's where we do the holiday lights.
You own the lights.
We own the lights, exactly. So we own the lights. They're all in the self-storage facility. And that $8 a foot is all encompassing to include the storage fees. We got to pay our guys to take down the lights as well. Everything's included in that $8. Now, here's the magical thing, Adam. Client comes back for year 2. We give them 5% off that $8. Okay, that's kind of a good deal. Not really, Dave. What else do you do? We give them an additional 10 to 20% early bird discount off that $8 if we can get them in early in our schedule as well. So if you're coming back to our company every year, I'm not going to zing you $8 every year. By the time you roll around in your 4th year install, you'll be closer to like $6.20, give or take.
And that early is October. November isn't really early, right? Like you mean early.
Early, all re-ups are done by Halloween for us. And honestly, like I said, this year we even started in September. Like it's kind of funny because if we get a warm September, we got our guys out putting up Christmas lights. But again, if you're doing a few hundred jobs, you want to just get ahead of this. And by no means are we running the largest Christmas light business and taking over. This is literally a service that I launched because I wanted to hire year-round technicians. I wanted to keep my team. And after the 2nd, 3rd year, I lifted up my head, deep dove our numbers and said, there's a huge opportunity here. So last thing I'll say on that, man, I believe the biggest problem in home services is that it's a commoditized industry. And so what's your price? What's your price to cut grass? Oh, you're $30, you're $29, you're $28, you're $27.50. Race to the bottom. I believe there's a huge blue ocean strategy with the Christmas lights. I think if we sit in this studio in 5 years, I don't think it's going to be as good of a business as it is right now because it's what happens in every industry. People listen to this podcast, oh, there's so much great money. They figure out Christmas lights and more competition rushes in, pricing comes down. So I think we got our surfboard a bit on a wave right now. I think it's a sweet industry. It's by no means like an easy business to make money, but if you're struggling with seasonality and profitability and you have affluent clients, you don't want to miss the boat.
In terms of lighting and someone wanting to get started, someone out there has lawn care business, for example, what would you tell them how to get started? What's the first step?
You can learn a lot of the technical trade on YouTube, to be honest, but professionally, I would recommend you go out and get in an organization, go to a 1 to 2 day training event. Clippa hosts one, I think it's like $1,500. We've had some guys in my coaching program go through it and they learn like the technical skill. Number 2, you've got to learn your business model. And to get started, man, you're going to need, I would say $5,000 on the minimum to be like, I'm investing in my materials. You could be $2 to $3.
But you can buy them after you get the job, right?
Well, here's the thing, man. With Jobber, like we take 50% on everything. So we launched Christmas lights and I pulled out of my pocket $12,000. And my supplier, we went out for lunch, showed me the thing. He's like, I need 12 grand, wrote him a check, 12 grand, give me my lights. We're into business. Now with deposits, I could go out and this is what I recommend. You go out and go pre-sell 10 jobs to your clients and tell them, here's your price, draw it all up nicely, nice colored lines. This is what the job's gonna be. This is the price. And Adam, your home's $1,000. You're $500 now to book it. If I go do that 10 times, I got my 5 grand right there that I'm in business with an early bird purchase order. So you're gonna need some technical know-how. You're gonna need the lights themselves. And then you're gonna need a bit of a marketing strategy around how do we actually get clients to come in. Because again, this is not cheap beer money. Oh, let's just, book this guy because he can do the lights, honey. This is like affluent client, like get your crap together.
Premium service.
Exactly.
Put up, take down, store, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
If you're a first year, did you do trees and roof line, bushes? Did you do all that stuff or did you just stick to a certain service? learn?
Just the house, man.
Okay.
I've got a buddy an hour away and he loves lighting up. We have like a 70-foot Christmas tree and he books the boom lift and he's out there working through nights and weekends. And for me, man, this is a lifestyle business. If I can keep my 10-person team busy year round and keep all the hair on my head and sleep good at night, I'm not monkeying around with crazy complex jobs. So we've just never taken on that route. We don't do any wreath, no garland. It is simple. Everyone's got gutter lines. Everyone's got fascia peaks. A lot of people love Christmas. So that's what we specialize in. Last year, we did launch, due to my 2 managers, they're like, Dave, we're losing money. Don't be so simple. We're losing money. So we went in on an order for mini lights. And so we will wrap bushes now at $25 for a 25-foot strand. And you can get, credit to my managers, you can get a lot of mini lights around in a bush on a lease model. So we did start doing that, but we're not putting stake lights around walkways. And I got really overwhelmed initially with the Christmas light model because I'm like, all these colors I got to do. And I'm just,
all these different brands of lights.
Oh, man.
It can be a little overwhelming.
If it's not simple, I'm not interested. So I think just like stopgap the seasonality, that was my MO. Once that got done, it was like, how do we make this profitable? And now we're in the point, we want to really scale this. My ops manager is like, we could 5X this thing because it's an incredible add-on.
Yeah. Final thought here. I was talking to my buddy Donovan the other day, and he was saying that if he gets one client on a neighborhood or a street that he really wants to be in, instead of giving a discount, he'll say, hey, if all your neighbors sign up, we'll come back and put more lights up.
I like that.
Instead of giving a discount, like put more lights up. I was like, that's such a good idea. I love that. I'm going to summarize these in 3 takeaways here. Number 1 is lease, and don't ever, in your words, ever hang the client's lights. You want to buy the lights, professional grade, and hang your own lights. Number 2 is join a group. Our buddy Donovan Questenberry, he has a big Facebook group called Christmas Light Contractors. You can find that on Facebook. And the number 3 is hang the lights as early as you can, October, November. And you may even want to incentivize that with a discount because November and December will be just gangbusters and you won't have time to do all the lights that time. David, that was awesome.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
it was a blast.
Thanks for walking through that with us. How do people find out more about you?
Yeah, I'm on all major social channels, Home Service Business Coach, or you could even check out our website, homeservicebusinesscoach.com. So happy to chat anytime.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. Thank you for the impact that you're having on your business, your employees. They're better for it. So thanks for being a great business owner.
Thanks, brother.
And thank you for listening. I hope that you learned something that will make your business more profitable and more efficient and less seasonal and more profitable in the wintertime. I'm your host, Adam Sylvester. You can find me at adamsylvester.com. Remember, your clients and your team deserve your very best. So go give it to them.